Shalom, shalom, shalom. It's your brother AHBAD here from YAHAWAH, GMS in Pittsburgh, Florida. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahawah, by SHAM, YAHAWASHI, by SHAM, Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Single honest salutation to all you sincere brothers that's constantly pushing with truth, sincerity, in the four corners of the earth. I also want to say peace and blessings also be to all the sincere men, women, and children that do consist of the 1/3. And I also want to say all the confusion faces out there. Four points on the earth. Shalom, peace and blessings be unto you all. It's not going to be a long lesson. Get straight to the point. Serve the Lord, YAHAWASHI, with all sincerity, so that your prayers will be answered. Okay, and the prayers that you want to be asking for is spiritual things. Ask the Lord to forgive your sins. Ask the Lord to deliver you from evil. Ask the Lord to increase your faith. Things like that. That's the things that the Lord wants you to do, because the Lord is like our husband. And a wife. She's supposed to want her husband to protect her, to give her more comfort, to make her feel like she can trust him. And that's the same way we should be feeling towards YAHAWASHI. So without further ado, we got to understand one thing as well. This is Sirach chapter 2, verse 5. It says, "For gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him." So you have to first believe in him. Okay, that's what faith comes back to. So you have to believe that he is also a rewarder of them that seek him diligently, and that's what we do believe, because we give all diligence to make our call and election sure. So what do you have to do? You have to serve him. Now, how did you serve him? We already know, like Yahushua said, "If you love me, feed my sheep." But how do we feed them? We feed them with the roll. What is the roll? The roll is the scriptures, man. Alright, every time you put up a video, every time you're talking or breaking bread out that account, make sure you're bringing out them precepts. Make sure you're correlating your topic with that, man, okay? Make sure you always give honor, glory, and praise to YAHAWASHI. Don't be ashamed of the name. Let the name be known, You have the spirit of discernment, so you can tell whether or not someone is worthy to know the name, but you still want that vibration to go out there. A lot of people know they Hebrew Israelites, man. Don't be ashamed of the gospel or the doctrine that let Esau, Edom know, the so-called white man, woman, and child, they go into slavery. And you know what? You Moabites, you rat eating pasta goops too, man. All of you out there, okay? And all these proverbs and bywords, names that you gave us, we're giving it right back to you. All that. So you can't be afraid to tell the people of the evils to come either, and also to tell our people of the gospel, which is also the good news, man. All right. You have two things going to be presented when it comes to this ministry. They're going to be presented with condemnation or salvation. That's it. But when it comes to you, when you do that, that should boost up your faith even more to make you want to pray to the Lord, man. The water YAHAWASHI for giving me the spirit of truth, for not making me err like the rest of these people, man. It's not about what our works or the merits that we've done in our life. We've been chosen because even YAHAWASHI told the disciples that in Acts the 9th chapter, when he chose Saul, who was Paul, chose him, and they said, well, he was persecuting the church, he was killing them. Yahushua said he's a chosen vessel. So that means that you were chosen. You didn't choose to do this ministry. That's why Yahushua said, "You have not chosen me, but I have chosen you." And we've been ordained since the beginning of the world, so it's a very honorable thing, man. So you have to be tried in the furnace of adversity first, okay? And order yourself aright, and trust and believe in YAHAWASHI first and foremost. That's what we must do, okay? Verse 9, it says, verse 7, "Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest you fall." So one thing you have to do is be what? Patient. That's why they said, here is the patience and the faith of the saints. We have to be patient, man. Because just because you pray to the Lord today, and he don't answer your prayer tomorrow, remember, we're not on his time. The Lord does things when he wants to. That's why Paul said, pray without ceasing, man. So you just constantly pray and man, beg to the Lord, man. Beg him, It'll be no different if your woman be begging you, We, his woman, beg him. Plead with him. Let him know that I need you. All right? The same way a woman should be feeling towards a man, like she needs us. Like the Lord said, a man shall be a hiding place in that day. So in that day, these women going to actually need a man. All right? When they say they don't, they actually following Esau, Edom, who's the private structure today. So we got to be praying and pleading to the Lord the same way a woman will be pleading to her husband, because we are his wife, okay? Understand that. Now, this is Sirach. This is Sirach chapter 35. Salakia. Yeah, Sirach 35 and 15. It says, does not the tears run down the widow's cheeks? And is not her cry against him that causeth them to fall? He that serveth the Lord shall be accepted with favor, and his prayer shall reach into the cloud. It said, he that served the Lord, all right, shall be accepted with favor. But I just read in Sirach 2 what it said. Acceptable men are tried in the furnace of adversity. So first you have to go through that gauntlet. The Lord is going to try you, all right? He's going to see if you're willing to bear that cross, to carry that cross, to carry the burden of being the man of the Lord, okay, or to be a servant of the Lord. First and foremost, that's what we have to understand. This is not a cakewalk. This is not Christianity. This is actually being a prophet of the Lord. The prophets were slain in the ancient days, but you still have to serve the Lord with all faith, integrity, and sincerity, so that your prayers will be answered, man. Okay, understand that. Verse 17: the prayer of the humble pierceth the clouds, until it come nigh, he will not be comforted. Okay, so we send the prayers out through the energy Raphael, and we won't be comforted until the Lord does what? Answer our prayers. Now, when I say that, I speak as a man. In other words, that's why Paul said, pray without ceasing. You keep sitting them prayers up to sooner or later, the Lord going to see all these prayers that's been sent by you and be like, I must answer my child. I must, I must. As a matter of fact, the Lord going to see all the prayers and then look at your resume. What has my son been doing? Okay, or my daughter, just the 1/3 of women. Oh, he's been working, gracefully. He's been diligent, He's been praying. He's being humble. Likewise, whatever, the woman, she's been keeping her mouth shut, taking care of her household, whatever, giving tithes, like whatever the case may be. As long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing according to the doctrine, the Lord will answer your prayers. But remember, you have to be patient. He will answer them when he's ready. But you have to be serving him sincerely, with all faith and honesty, first and foremost, okay? But listen to what he say right here. Sirach 35 and 17, the prayer of the humble. You have to be humble, first and foremost, the prayer of the humble, man, okay? And a humble individual is somebody who knows that they are subject to judgment, subject to admonishment. You can be corrected, okay? And there's not no back talk, all right? There's never no, if or ands or buts. You just take it and run with it, all right? Okay? The prayer of the humble pierces the clouds, until it come nigh, he will not be comforted, and will not depart till the Most High shall behold to judge righteously and execute judgment, man. Okay? That's beautiful. For the Lord will not be slack, neither will the mighty be patient towards them. All right? So the Lord not going to be slack with that, but then the mighty shall not be patient towards us as well, till he have smitten asunder the loins of the unmerciful, and repaid vengeance to the heathen. Okay? Till he had taken away the multitude of the proud, and broken the scepter of the unrighteous. So the humble man, the servants of the Lord, we crying and praying to him. The scripture even say, pray for shorter days. You want shorter days so we can get out of here. You want the Lord to give us more faith, man. Okay, like another prayer I had just put up the other day. I would say Salak wa Nasha Khataya wa Awan. Forgive and forget my sin and iniquities. Or you could ask the Lord to you can say Babu Kusha, Hatazalia, Hatazayal, Salakia, Hatazayal, Mayan, Mawath, Wa, Salak, Mawath, Wa, Rayam, Salakia, deliver me, Hatazalia, deliver me, Mayan, from Mawath, death, Wa, and Rayam, evils. Put those prayers up. You really want the prayers to be put up. That's the strongest tools we have in this ministry. Is prayer and faith. That's it. Prayer and faith. All right? Because faith is what's going to save us, but prayer is a tool that can actually increase our faith. Okay? Verse 19. Till he have rendered to every man according to his deeds, and to the works of men according to their devices, till he have judged the cause of his people, and made them to rejoice in mercy. So we want to be rejoicing in mercy. Okay? That's why the Lord said, he said, the prayer of the humble pierces the clouds. All right? Until it come nigh, he will not be comforted, and he will not depart till the Most High shall behold to judge righteously and execute judgment. But you have to be a servant of the Lord first and foremost. Remember that, all right? Verse 19, I'm going to read this. Till he have written to every man according to his deeds and to the works of men according to their devices. Till he have judged the cause of his people and made them to rejoice in his mercy. Mercy is seasonable. Listen now. Mercy is seasonable in the time of affliction, as clouds of rain in the time of drought. So mercy will come in your time of affliction, like rain will come in the drought. Okay, but the Lord is the one who makes it rain. So the Lord's the one that's gonna make them. Hey, boom, spirit. It's like the cycle of rain. You have evaporation, condensation, precipitation. When you send them prayers out, that's Raphael saying it. That's the evaporation. What's the condensation? You keep sending them prayers up, it get heavy, then it starts to rain back on you. Your blessings start to rain back on you, man. I'm just using that as an analogy, you know. So that's beautiful, man. So think about it like that cycle, man. The same way. And I got one more precept, but I'm gonna close out through the spirit and call YAHAWASHI. Like I said, I want to make it too long. I'm gonna get to the point. This is James chapter 5, verse 16. It says, confess your faults one to another and pray for one another, all right? That's why I always put up a prayer for the elect, I ask the Lord, Shalat, Barakim, Chasadium, Washalawam, that means send blessings, mercies, and peace. Laha, to the Bachariam, Achiyam, Zakwanyam, Wa Akwatim, Shayasha'ala, to the elect, brothers, elders, and sisters of Israel, man, Just to pray for them too, because brothers are praying for you as well. And sisters are praying for us as well too. It's called paying it forward. It's like you don't want to sit here all day just watch videos, but then you're not doing your part. That's an imbalance, man. You gotta digest that food too, and you also want to serve and pay it back. Okay. James 5 and 16. Confess your faults one to another and pray one for another, that ye may be healed. The effectual, fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. The effectual, fervent prayer. All right. So don't let your prayers be in vain. Don't let your don't let your prayers be frivolous. Like it really doesn't amount to anything. You have to believe when you're praying, man. Let it be sincere. All right. You have to be hot for this thing. Be on fire. Let your prayers be the same exact way, man. All right. Verse 17. Elias was a man subject to like passions as we are, and he prayed earnestly, okay, that it might not rain. And it rained not on the earth by the space of 3 years and 6 months. And he prayed again, and the heaven gave rain, and the earth brought forth her fruit. So Elijah was a prophet as well. He prayed to the Lord that it does not rain, show his power. And then he prayed that it rained, and it rained again. Why? Because the effectual, I'm going to read it one more time. The effectual, fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much, okay? So you have to be a servant of the Lord first and foremost, and be diligent and do it all in sincerity and honesty, and constantly pray to the Lord. That's what Paul said. Pray without ceasing. Matter of fact, I'm going to close out with that so y'all know where that precept at. So if you ever want to pull it out, you can pull it out, and you can always, go over it, and you can prove it to, bring it out to your fellow brethren or your Magwatim or whoever it could be, man, all right? This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse, I'm starting at 16. Start at 16. Rejoice evermore, verse 17. Pray without ceasing. Okay, I'm going to close out with this one, verse 18. And everything give thanks, for this is the will of Yahawah and Mashiach YAHAWASHI concerning you, man. All right? So with that being said, pray your whoever's watching this now and whoever may be watching it after. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rechakadash. Double understand my elder apostles, the great millstone who grew well. Sing an honor salutation to all your sisters and brothers, because they preach the word truth, sincerity, the four corners of the earth. I also want to say peace and blessings also be to all the sincere men, women, and children that do consist of the 1/3. And peace and blessings also be to all of you confusing faces out there in the four corners of the earth. With that being said, like I always say, man, ask for forgiveness, pray without ceasing, stay humble, remain diligent.